So this is the Magic versus the Suns. This is the first or the second. No, the third elimination. Or no, this is who goes to the. This is who goes to the fourth playoffs round. So if the Suns win, it's the Suns versus the Hawks.
Undersized even for a point guard, but despite that.
If the Magic wins, it's Magic versus.
He's stronger than any other point guard in the league, and he protects the ball with his body as he attacks, like Nick Van Exel used to do.
Oh, really? Yeah. Good call.
Strongest point guard?
I would say so. He gets his body into the defender.
But yeah, if the Suns win,
defensively,
they go against the Hawks in the fourth round. If the Magic wins, they will go against the they will go against Alrighty, always got to stand for the American pledge, but whoever wins, if the Magic wins, then they go to the playoffs and they play and they play the drumroll please. They play the Chicago Bulls in the fourth. So, this is gonna be the third, and we'll say about 7:30 will be the start of the third and fourth. This is to see who goes to the playoffs in the fourth round.
One goal more important than the other?
Yeah, I think development is first and foremost for each of these teams, Kevin, and sometimes you can learn more from losing than you can from winning. I was always told as a player growing up, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. The team right here with developing young talent needs to make sure that they adhere to that.
Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Chris is out there with Jackson, and it's Bledsoe in at the one. Now here's Gordon. Gordon a screen. Pass to Isaac. A three. Chris with the rebound. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Warren on the wing. Back to Booker. There's the dish to Bledsoe. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Warren. Second shot opportunity. And he lays it up and in.
Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
Vucevic's screen on Bledsoe. Payton kicks to Gordon.
Overrated.
Feeds to Vucevic.
Overrated.
A beautiful reverse layup.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of
overrated
in their arsenal.
Overrated.
To the inside. Out of bounds, Orlando.
Overrated.
It's not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
And the Magic with possession. And now we go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Frank Vogel. David.
Well, guys, he said he's expecting his defense on the interior to be important. He said we can protect the rim with our shot blocking. We want to keep them outside of the paint, but if they get inside, our ability to deny.
Overrated.
Well, we'll see if he's right. Back to you.
Overrated.
Is going to be the key for him today.
Overrated.
They try to use their D to make
Overrated.
every opponent they play.
Overrated.
One player for them, it's about a complete
Overrated.
on the perimeter in transition. They've got to be all over the place.
And now here's Chris. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. Hangs on the trifecta. Bledsoe's got himself on the board with 3 there. You know, Brent, the one thing we've seen from Coach Earl Watson is that he has a very good working relationship with his roster. His players have always said they have the trust of their coach.
Well,
Let's go, Suns.
For what it is that Earl Watson wants to do with this young ball club is that
Come on,
he wants
Suns.
to know that at all times Earl Watson has their back. He wants them to have the kind of success in the league that is going to afford them everything that they want. And he never shies away about talking about those things.
The Magic shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Alright, here goes the Orlando Magic's free throws.
The free throw drops for Vucevic.
And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic who fits that description.
That one misses. Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think 2 things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
Here's the screen. Pass to Isaac. Gordon a screen. And the basket by Isaac.
Yeah, and I like the concentration there. Isaac showing how skilled he is on the block. Feels like no one can stop him.
Now here's Booker. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
Come on, Suns.
And it's the Magic with the ball.
Dang it.
Trail by 4. Payton kicks to Vucevic. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
Active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Ross comes in for Isaac. And it's Hezonja in for Evan Fournier. Tyson Chandler is checked in for the Suns. Warren with the ball. Bledsoe dishes to Warren. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
One of the players last year who made a big leap in their play, and especially consistency in their playing, was one T.J. Warren. He picked it up on defense.
He almost made that one,
He
too.
earned maybe a few extra minutes from Earl Watson. Ended up being a big contributor to the Suns.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Warren. And with Warren, a guy who wasn't really expected to do so much with any team, but now Brenny is viewed as a big part of the future.
Well, I think a lot of teams were curious as to whether or not T.J. Warren, coming out of North Carolina State, could be as an explosive a scorer as he was in college. And in Phoenix last year, up to 31 minutes a game, averaged about 14 per, and as a wing runner, and a guy who can get into the mid-range and paint and create havoc, he had a pretty solid year. It's hard to imagine a team playing faster than Houston or Golden State, but the Suns actually do that. They push the pace. Phoenix, the second highest paced team in the league last season. This team, like many other Suns teams, wants to get out and run up and down, use those young legs to find scoring opportunities.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against the wind.
This is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
Now, here's Warren. Over Ross. Here's Chandler. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Kicks to Ross. Here's the screen. Gordon with the screen for Ross. Just 5 on the clock. Dishes it to Gordon. Here's Azania. Oh, good on the 3. And we're talking about pace and the Suns. Of course, they're great teams in the 7 seconds or less here. What was it like playing against that kind of team?
It was incredible. To watch Steve Nash operate in the pick and roll like a surgeon. Anytime you gave up something on the weak side or were 2 or 4 feet away from a spot on the floor you needed to be, Steve would take advantage of that. And Amari Stoudemire would be dunking on your head. Not all that fun. But guess what, Kevin? We did end up beating him. I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Chandler right side. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Payton passes to Gordon. There's Azania. Gordon a screen. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Tyson Chandler. Orlando shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Changes here. Good on both. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Suns lead by 2, and the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. Some nights you never get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so, in the game for the Magic, down low, it's the athletic pair of Gordon and Biyombo. Simmons is out there with with Azonia, and it's Ross in at the 3 spot. Vucevic checked in for Aaron Gordon. There's Azonia. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns.
And since Dwight Howard back in 2012, the rebuild effort just has languished here in Orlando. Unable really to draft any superstar talent. And last season, trades for veteran talent didn't really move the needle either.
Simmons against Knight. Over Simmons. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now a 7-point Phoenix lead.
Like seeing Knight get going, a reliable shooter from the in-between area on the floor.
And Simmons gets to Biyombo. Orlando moving the ball. Just 5 to shoot. Down low. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Now, here's Ulis. He hasn't yet put up any points
So,
in this one.
this game's going to be a weird one. We're going to stop it at halftime.
And there's the
So.
for Ulis. Here's Knight. The putback. It's good on the putback.
So, it looks like the Suns are winning so far. So, 4 minutes left in the game. So, after the 4 minutes, that will find our last people in the playoffs. So, this game is for a playoff spot, both of them. Oh my gosh! Holy crap! He made it too. That is insane. Most of them are coming out too. It's just A-Len. A.Len, so Len is the only one that's coming out, or the only one that's staying in for the Suns.
Here's Chris.
Nice.
Chris has got his second bucket of the night.
The defense might start to want to respect the fact that.
So 3 minutes left in the game. Suns are up by. They're up by 6.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. But shooting has been a hindrance. He conceded might have to win some games, 68 to 65.
Overrated.
The green, DA. Thank you.
Winning by 8 now. So.
Full display, great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
Now here's Fournier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Isaac. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
This could put them only up by 6 now.
6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know, we're seeing more and more players like this with the
So, there.
and the guard skills. You know, you think of KD, of Brandon Ingram, and now
There's a very possible chance Orlando Magic can come back. And he puts one up and he misses it.
And the story for Jonathan Isaac. As a sophomore in high school, Greg, he stood 6'3" and played guard. He hit a growth spurt, as you can see.
Yeah.
A-Len comes out.
I think what I notice most is that he's retained not just the perimeter skills, but also the fluidity. I mean, he's light on his feet and really moves well. Remember, there was another guy that was a point guard that had a nice growth spurt. I think his name
So, still an 8-point game.
When some guys come in at home, they treat it like a normal play. Who are some of the guys that use the dunk?
Don't worry about the dog. The dog is crazy. Come on. Come on, Booker.
Anytime Blake Griffin gets to the rim, or DeAndre Jordan, where seemingly his head's up in there and slams it down and fires up.
What the heck was that?
It's the little guys that get you going the most. On the fast break, all of a sudden the ball.
Come on, only 2 minutes, 1 second. That's all you have to stay in for.
With somebody underneath them and throw it down. That gets everybody off the bench and fired up.
So unexpected, Brent. That's a great point.
No way. Oh.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here is Warren.
Yes, waste time.
Jackson dishes the ball.
Boom.
Good, the assist.
Dang.
And now
So now it's a 11-point game.
Draining the three-point shot.
Timeout by who?
Doing it.
and it'll be Orlando with their first time.
Magic's first timeout.
Hey, Greg, when you watch Josh Jackson play, it's easy to see that he can eventually be one of the best defenders in the league if he works at it.
The blocks and steals will always be there for Jackson with that length. As he progresses as a player, though, he should improve in the little things. It reminds you a bit of a young Andre Iguodala at times with how explosive he can be athletically.
Ten more seconds on the Magic's timeout.
And Orlando's going to get a change here. Gordon's checked in. Here's Payton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Come on, all you gotta stop him for is 121.
This cold run, and with that shot, the Suns lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Fournier.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 8. There's a screen by Chris. And Booker keeps the Bledsoe. 6 to shoot. Back to Booker. Launches it. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 3rd rebound on the night. The pass to Payton. Vucevic's screen on Bledsoe. Payton kicks to Gordon. Gordon a screen. Well, fade away.
Come on, hold him for 20, 30 more seconds. Come on, Suns. Come on. They can't score 7 points. Can they? Nice, nice, nice. They can't score 9 points in 18 seconds.
Talk about a long-distance connection.
Only 13, 10 more seconds. Come on, come on, come on, guys.
Fournier.
Game. It's game.
Booker asserting himself.
Game.
He has good size.
That is crazy. The Suns win.
Ahead by 9.
The Suns will win.
Controlled the tempo in the game in the first half.
The Suns win. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Wow. The next game. Next game. That's next game right there, but not today. Y'all gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Y'all gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow in the morning. So, that is all for today. So,